Hi everyone, welcome to the show. And on this episode of the show, I'm going to be exposing the truth behind so-called cheap land in Ibeju Lekki and in Epe. So sit back, listen, and watch till the very end. Now, what do I mean by cheap land? 5 years ago, you would say cheap land was 400,000 naira. Cheap land was 500,000 naira. And as time went on, we started to see cheap land becoming 1 million naira, 1.5 million naira. But last 2 weeks, a very respected realtor, a very respected real estate professional that I even kind of, work with their brokerage. So she was pushing a particular investment in Epe, particular land in Epe, and it was 550,000 naira. And it was basically buy now before the price goes up to 850. And I was shocked because I thought that they were not doing any of this anymore. Because that era, that phase really passed. And then to see something like this happening, and people were buying 2 acres, people were buying, paying 3 acres even, because it's cheap land, 550. Next week it goes to 850,000 naira. Make the difference. First of all, let's even start by saying the fact that the real estate developer puts 850 as opposed to 550 is just on paper, because what determines whether people will buy or the price of a land or a property is the demand and supply. So what is the market willing to pay for it? But that's on the one hand. And so people love cheap stuff, people love cheap deals, people love deals like this. And most realtors and people, investors, they're going to paint it as I've found a very good deal for you. Jump into this before it's over. But let's do the math. And I think that if you're going to be going into an affordable investment, so to speak, or an affordable project, just do some bare minimum math. So let's make some assumptions. A real estate developer has 100 acres. An acre is 6 plots. They have 600 plots. That is their project that they want to sell. They call it something estate. And so there are 2 ways they can get this land. They can actually go and buy it from the family. They can tell the family, okay, we want to buy this land from you. They put in an initial deposit, and the family gives them access to the land to start clearing, and they start selling. Or you can use a sponsorship method. Oh, I can help you to clear, I can help you to do your survey, and my sponsor's benefit would be maybe a plot per acre, a half plot per acre, a plot and a half per acre. Those are the 2 ways that they can get this land. And then of course you can government allocation, but nobody's going to be selling a government allocation land for cheap. So just these 2 methods: you're buying from the family, or you're doing a sponsorship and the family is gifting you, not really gifting you, the family is giving you as your sponsor's benefit for doing a road or clearing or doing a survey for them. They're giving you some piece of land. So they have 100 acres and they are selling to you 500,000 naira as a good deal that they say jump into. Now, the question you should ask yourself: how much did these people get the land from the family? So, which family in Epe, that would be so broke that they'll be selling land 300,000 naira, 400,000 naira? So for the math to make sense, for the calculation to make sense, we have to start from there. So they're selling 500,000 naira. That means they are getting the land 300,000 naira, 400,000 naira, which is very, very rare. Because these families also, they are seeing their counterparts have these deals, and right now the average in Epe is families are selling 500k, 400k. That's the average. So if this developer is now telling you that they want to sell for you for 500,000 naira, first of all, you're removing 20% in admin charges, because for the realtors that are pushing those products, you're not doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. They are paying them 20% off the bat. So out of that 500,000 naira, 20% of that is at least 100k. So this family, this developer that bought this thing, let's say so-called 300,000 naira, 400,000 naira, 100,000 naira has already been removed from their margin. Then they're going to be able to do stuff in that place. They have to start clearing. Clearing costs a bit of a bit of money. They have to try to start fencing. They have to get people on site, mobilize people, mobilize the family. And so when you do all of these calculations and math, you need to ask, how are they making it? How are they making profit? Because the reason why people go into all sort of Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, is that they are just interested. Oh, I'm going to double up your money. I'm not going to double up your money. But what is the product that these people are selling? And as a wise investor, that's what you ask. How much are these people actually making? That they can afford to go this slow. How much are they getting from the family? And then another question is, how much is the entire parcel of land that they own in this particular location? Because let's be honest, sometimes it can actually be a market entrance strategy. Maybe a new company that is starting, they want to garner some goodwill, and so they're able to go very, very low to start, also to get new entrants into the project. So those first few people that are going to the, because the thing about it is, I've seen it so very many times, is that real estate can be a virtuous circle. So you see a project that is not selling, because of it's not selling, people are not buying. But a project is selling, people are telling their friends, and it just keeps on selling. There's a chain reaction. Once people start buying, more people start buying. Funny how that works. So they can use that to like market entry, and then when a couple of people buy, like they say pre-launch, they increase the price. Even people that have bought before, they say, okay, my investment has appreciated, let me get more. And because they now have some money to be able to start doing development, people are saying, okay, development is happening there, and there's so much buzz. Realtors are telling you, oh, your money has added value, more people are buying. So that's a caveat there. They have enough land. But what of a situation whereby you now have wills coming into that project? This has happened, for Dallas Court, for instance. People sold 90 plots. People sold 2 acres, 3 acres. And so you have a lot of people, because you're selling stuff 1 million naira, you're selling stuff 500,000 naira. Itunu City, Itunu, the project, I think they sold about 200 plots in 2 months or 1 month. Tiwa Gardens sold 90 plots in 1 week. So there's capital. Forget that there's no money in Lagos. There's money. People in the diaspora, people here, they want to buy stuff. And so depending on how you push that stuff, a lot of people can subscribe to that stuff. And so maybe you expected to sell a few, and then everything is cleared at that price point that does not work for you. That's something that you should consider. And even the worst part of this whole cheap land stuff is that they now bring buy 5, buy 6, get 1 free. Now let's go back to our analogy, our assumption. You have 600 plots somewhere, and you're telling people buy 6, get 1 free. That's buy an acre, get 1 more free. 100 people come and they buy an acre. 100 people buy an acre. What does that mean? It means that you're giving 100 plots to those 100 people, 100 extra plots. Where is the extra 100 plots going to come from? Where is the extra 100 plots going to come from? Because I'm telling you, a lot of people want to take advantage of this. Some people will even take out payment plans. And then you see that that's the dilemma. They have more subscribers than they have land to give those subscribers. And so another question you should ask, apart from, a real estate developer is not going to practically tell you these things. It's stuff you should think through your head before you go into a so-called cheap project. How much are they getting it from the family? How cheap do you think this family would sell this land to this developer? Then, how many plots do they have there? Now, in some cases, they actually can have an opportunity to buy more from the family. Like for instance, you see Urban Prime 1, 2, 3. They had all of that land and, all of that place. There was an opportunity to expand. So in that case, you realize that, okay, even if they have 600 plots, the family has more plots there. But if the family doesn't have any other plots there are other developments that are there, that's all that you have there. You're now seeing that because of people have rushed it because of it was cheap and you promised them extra plots, there's a problem. There's a delivery problem. There's a really, really, really huge problem. And so, ask these questions and think about these things very, very, have a soul searching where people actually think things through and not just, cheap land. See, I'm of the opinion, this is just a general life opinion, that you always get what you pay for. And so you're not going to be expecting to get the same thing with somebody that's paying 2.5 million naira, which I feel like it's a very, very fair. And I have a development that I'm going to be introducing by the end, by the way. Full disclosure. You're not going to be getting the same thing, because let's even look at it now. So the company barely has enough take-home profits after they've paid realtors, they've paid their staff members, they've done stuff there. How do you even expect them to develop in that place? It means that for them to even make a lot of companies, when they even see this, where they're not going to make their money now is in so-called extra fees, ancillary fees. So by the time they have charged you for development, by the time they've charged you for documentation, by the time they've charged you for other extra fees here and there, do this one, survey, do this one, do this one, do this one, you see that some developers will even have the extra fees be more than the price of the land. And so you're happy that you've got land, but wait till you see how much you have to pay till you get allocation. And mind you, you're not paying that price for the acre. You're paying it for each plot. You're paying development for each plot. You're paying all those ancillary fees for those plots. So you can see that the so-called cheap land, the price can balloon to something that it will even scare you. And now you're telling them, I don't want it again. Okay, remove 40%. And then the developers even know that it's not even everybody that is putting an initial deposit, especially for people that are going to buy more than one, that are going to end up finished. So they make lots of permutation and combinations. Not everybody that's going to put in money are going to finish paying, and you have to finish paying, finish all of your other ancillary fees before you get your allocation, you get your plot. So you see how it's not as straightforward as, this land is 500,000 naira. Come and buy you, come and buy you, come and buy you. To be asking these questions. And so that's how you get companies now have delivery issues, because there's something a wise man once said: cash flow is king. So if you see a company like for instance, Macarius, they sold 150 plots in a space of 1 month. Initial deposit was 5 million naira. Now calculate how much they had made. So that amount of capital can be unlocked from the medium and high class. Now imagine the type of capital you unlock when it is 1 million naira. There's even more people that are available to buy that land. So you're getting people that are putting their life saving, they are calling people here and there. So you even have a much higher pool of people that are able to deploy such capital. And for a company that is getting consistent cash flow, 10 people paid 1 million naira initial deposits today, tomorrow 20 people paid initial deposits today. For the greedy companies, they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to say this stuff is sold out. They just keep accepting more money, and they are taking more money than their plots. And so there's now a huge problem when there's the culmination, when there's the, okay, let's settle our books. People have now finished paying, and there's no land to give them. Beware of cheap land. You need to, if at all you're going to get any cheap land, this is my advice for you. After you've taken into cognizance, how much do I think these people are going to buy this land? You've taken into cognizance the fact that there are going to be extra fees. So that's not all you're going to pay. You're going to pay for development, and also the company is not going to be helping you to do any CFO, any other extra stuff apart from the survey. So you need to also put in the fact that I'm going to have to carry the cross of my CFO myself. You put into that, and ideally when you're buying land, because at the end of the day, after everything I've said, the main issue is allocation issue, oversubscription issue, which I feel like will be a big problem here. Allocation and oversubscription. So if you're buying an acre, of land, or you're buying more, especially in a cheap development, you may not be able to do it if you're buying one, but the format is supposed to take is that you're supposed to meet the developer and say, okay, give me your layout survey. So in the layout survey, you're going to see the entire expanse of land that they have. You're going to see the parts that have been sold. You're going to see the parts that have not yet been sold. Then you're going to see the parts that they want to give you. So they will write an offer letter to you and say, when you pay this, we are going to allocate this portion for you. And after we allocate, we are going to do this so and so time after you've made your full payment. If we don't do this, this is what you should do to us. This is what blah blah blah. Like there has to be a penalty. And so that's another way, one of the ways that you can also save yourself, because if you're buying in more highbrow areas, Lekki phase 1, you're buying in Shango Tedo, more highbrow areas where you're talking about 8-9 figures, obviously this has to be done. But like in Ibeju Lekki and Epe, people are rushing the land, and it's mass production type of land, so nobody has your time if you're telling. But if you're going to be getting more plots, 2 acres, 3 acres, it's a sensible thing to do, and say, please show me your layout, show me the ones you've sold, show me the ones that are available, send an offer letter, put all these clauses together. Then I realize that, okay, yeah, that you're safe, and if you're making this payment, they are keeping that side for you, they're keeping this particular portion for you. So if anything goes wrong, you know where to start, you know how to hold them. But at the end of the day, it's your money, and you can do what you want with your money. But if you want to do what you want with your money, you might as well just do something that makes sense. You might as well protect yourself. That's why I'm introducing this particular one that we have in Epe, Ibeju Epe, over 50 acres that we have. We've done the first level of allocation, CFO in view, and it has been incorporated in the price of the land. So you're not paying anything extra again. Development is coming there. Everything checks out, no form of government encumbrance, everything, like the Gen Z guys will say, litty. All right, so that's Ado City, Igboye, just by Coral City, and I'm invested in this project and I've been pushing this project, so check it out. It makes sense, and all of the checks you can do, something that you can check and realize that don't always go for cheap things. Instead, put that money in your bank, let that money actually gain more interest, or work harder to add more money so you can buy stuff that you will not have to be doing all this mass. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is the Ownahome.ng TV show. Here at Ownahome, we believe that owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we're committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and insider real estate gist. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe, and I will see you at the very next video. Bye bye.